I'm a delivery-oriented business analyst offering efficiency supercycle. I'm a delivery-oriented business analyst offering efficiency supercycle solutions for banking and tech projects. I operate in P's. I don't just mean I'm easy to work with, but I mean being a P for pattern hunter, E for end-to-end enthusiast, A for adaptability architect, C for complexity crusher, and E for expressional field problem solver. So my rule as a peaceful business analyst is simple. If a task has to be repeated 3 times, it's no longer a task, but a candidate for a scalable solution. I have proven this approach in high-stakes environment. First, at Bank of China, I recovered 20 hours of weekly strategic capacity across 30 systems by engineering a centralized observability dashboard using Grafana, replacing manual monitoring. Second, at Apple, I eliminated 98% of manual maintenance across 6 flagship stores by architecting a self-sustaining data architecture for workforce reporting. In both cases, the goal wasn't just being efficient, it was moving a team from being data executors into decision makers. Is to initiate. My edge is the ability to spot the hidden common ground. At Apple, I ask questions that identify systematic issue before they become incidents. I don't just find a problem, I architect a solution that is scalable and audit-proof. I see JP Morgan Chase Bournemouth Hub as a operational spine of the firm, and I'm here to bring peaceful impact. My patents will find you efficient solutions. My end-to-end ownership ensures projects are perfectly done. My architecture will navigate the ambiguity, and my crushing of complexity will clear the path for your engineers. And being a senior Hello.
Hi, Keshav. I hope
Hi,
I'm
Amit.
pronouncing your name correctly.
Sure, no problem.
Is this your Chinese name,
Oh,
Keshav?
no, that's an Irish name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Christian name because I'm Catholic.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Amit, did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, that is fine.
How?
So just one thing. I have two things actually. One, I'm a bit under the weather, so my sound will be a bit weird. Second thing is, while I'm talking to you, I'm also cooking because
Okay.
I have to leave by 3:30. I hope you don't mind that. That's why I'm not able to turn the video.
No problem, no problem. Thank you for arranging time for our calls. Thank you.
No worries. Tell me about yourself.
Okay. Hi, Amit. So, officially introducing myself, I'm Castle, and I actually prepare a personal pitch, which is for the interview. Do you mind, if I run it on you, so you can give me comments on it?
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
definitely.
So, my name is Kesso, and I'm a delivery-oriented business analyst offering efficiency supercycle solutions for banking and tech projects. So I operate in peace. I don't just mean I'm easy to work with, but being a pattern hunter, end-to-end enthusiast, adaptability architect, complexity crusher, and expressive field problem solver. So, my role as a peaceful business analyst is simple So if a task has to be repeated over 3 times, it's no longer a task. It's a candidate for a scalable solution. I have proven this approach in high stakes environment. During the time at Bank of China, I recovered 20 hours of weekly capacity across 30 systems, engineering a centralized dashboard using Grafana, replacing the manual monitoring pipeline. Secondly, at Apple, I eliminated 98% of manual maintenance across 6 flagship stores by engineering a self-sustaining architecture for workforce reporting. In both cases, the goal wasn't just being efficient, but initiating a strategic system. My edge is the ability to spot the hidden common ground. At Apple, I ask questions that identify systematic issues before they become an incident. I don't just find a problem, but I architect a solution which is scalable and reducing risk from day one. I see JP Morgan Chase Bournemouth Hub as the operational spine of the firm, and I'm here to bring peaceful impact. My patents will find efficient solutions. My end-to-end ownership ensures projects are perfectly done. My architecture will navigate the ambiguity, and my crushing of complexity will clear the path for different stakeholders. And being a senior associate at JP Morgan Chase is exactly where I see myself doing that.
Wow, that was actually too good.
Too much for an introduction.
Yeah, I mean, if I tell you honestly,
uh,
uh, the good thing is that you have covered all your experiences and you have tried to tie it to why it is important to what you're looking at JP Morgan, which is something that will delight any interviewer. But on the second thought, I would say that you have maybe you have put in a bit more than what is expected because
okay.
while you were telling me about it, I was trying to understand. See, I'm not sure if you know, but I have recently posted a job opening in my team,
Yeah.
and for that, I'm actually shortlisting resumes and we will start interviewing people. So next week I'll have a few people to interview.
Oh.
So when I will interview, what I will look at is what the person has done and how relevant it is to what I'm looking for. You have touched on both those things. So while you were talking about what you have done at Apple, also you told me something about you have worked at Bank of China, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
So I got that you have relevant experiences, but because you put in so much information after that, that I lost everything. I,
Okay.
I forgot what was the question that I was about to ask. So I
Okay.
would say that try to keep it simple.
Okay.
Uh, and any introduction, I think it should be not more than 30 to 40 seconds.
Not more than 30
Um,
seconds. Okay.
because see, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, I'm new at JP Morgan, but even before when I worked with Pfizer and Capgemini and other companies, luckily I got the opportunity to interview people. So from my point of view, what I have understood is that whenever people are interviewing you, uh, they the most important thing is that they believe me, this is a very important thing. I'm not sure if people would have already told you, but even if you have interviewed someone or you will do it in the future, the first and most important thing is that the person should like you. And they will like you if you are able to tell a good story. So your story is pretty good. It's just that tone it down a bit so that it will be easier for the interviewer as well to understand as to what exactly you have done. Uh, like I mean, the way you said, maybe you have touched upon the things that you're a problem solver, you are a good thinker, you can connect dots, and all of these points that an interviewer would look at in a candidate, you have already highlighted that. The thing is that you have put everything in one go. Don't do that. Try to be a bit more simpler. You can as you started so well that this is my name, this is what I do. I have worked here, I have worked there, and I have good experiences in these things, and I think I'll be a good fit. So if you stop there, the thing will be that it will give me a trigger point wherein I will have something to ask you. And because the information was so much that I lost it, the only thing that I can ask after this is, so can you tell me a bit more about what you did at Bank of China, what you did at Apple, how both of them are different? But these are questions that are very common. So I would say that because you have a very good communication skill, to be a business analyst, that is very important. I'll tell you a secret as well. When we are hiring people in our team, even though we are looking for people who have good amount of experience in payments, especially in the SEPA, I mean in the Europe and UK region, but even if they don't have that, if they have some experience in payments, in banking, so that they understand the importance of compliance, they understand the importance of preserving the confidentiality of the accounts of clients, and they are able to communicate well. They are able to portray that if they are in a situation where they will have to talk to a lot of stakeholders and they will be able to get results out of it. Because I'm pretty sure you would have done a bit of research and you know that in these roles, this is what is expected, that if you're in a crunch situation where you have to deal with a lot of stakeholders, and I'm telling you at JP Morgan, this is a big thing. My day-to-day work is whenever I attend meetings, this the number of attendees will never be less than 15 to 20, and they will be from different regions.
Okay.
So somebody, a lot of them will join from India, some of them will join from Singapore, majority will join from US, and then we join from UK. So there would be different people talking at the same time in different accents, different way of communicating, but you have to ensure that you are able to gather all of that, and you have to ensure that you are getting the right thing out of it. Based on your intro, I'm sure that you can do it. But yeah, try to keep it more simpler. So if you want, you can try it again. Now, do not use these heavy words, the complex jargons. Just simply tell me about yourself. Well, I mean, whenever you start, you can start by where did you start your journey in the corporate world? Because honestly speaking, people are not interested much in the personal stuff. I mean, it's good to share, but people are not very much into that because everybody has limited time, right?
Yeah.
So where you started, and simply tell me what you did. Maybe in 2, 3 lines, what you did at Bank of China, what did you do at Apple, and how do you think that is going to help you at JP Morgan? So let's give it one more shot.
Okay. So my name is Kesso, and I started my corporate journey since I was at the age of 20. I started as a specialist in Apple, but then I was promoted to be a business specialist, supporting the business development in retail. Afterwards, I moved myself to the business analyst in the back office of the Apple retail, and I serve as a linguistic bridge between the retail operation and technical migration inside the store. And I've learned a lot there, and I've been able to develop my communication skills with people with diverse background from different part of the world. And after gaining experience in Apple as a business analyst, I moved my step forward to a banking environment, which is the Bank of China. I served as a technical business analyst, focusing on system migration, system development life cycle, and being the linguistic bridge between the engineers, developers, and actual end users of the product. Yeah.
Yes, this is absolutely perfect. Now you sound like a human, not like a robot. And, so now I understood what you have done. So when you were at Apple, you were initially working at back office, and then you became a technical business analyst. You worked as a linguistic bridge, which is such an interesting thing because it's something which is new for me. So see, when you are giving this hook, the interviewer is he will definitely or she will definitely ask you about it, which shows that that person is interested in you. Second thing you told me that when you moved to Bank of China, there also you talked about system migration. So now the projects at JP Morgan currently that the team that I am at, we are actually migrating a lot of things from legacy systems to the modern strategic initiatives. So see another thing, the moment you said migration, it triggers me. It's like, yeah, this is something that I'm looking for. So this time the intro that you have given me, it gives me a lot of trigger points from which I would ask you questions. If I will share the, I mean, I cannot do that, but if I will share you the interview questions that we have prepared, none of them are technical questions. Most of them are about these things that when we get to know the person, and then we can, ask follow through questions and understand. See, and your resume is already there, which talks about what you have done. The purpose of an interview is just to validate that the person who has presented the resume and who is actually sitting in the interview, both of them are actually same. That is the only reason that people interview. And second, another uh, kind of a trade secret I'll tell you, that every interviewer, whenever they interview someone, they always interview to accept. Never interview. Nobody interviews to reject anybody.
Okay.
Because as an interviewer, if I am interviewing you as my first candidate, and if I'm able to select you, it's a win-win for me, right? Because now I don't have to go through the pain of interviewing more people. So that is always there. So you have a very good profile. Now you tell me that what is the kind of role that you're looking for?
The kind of flow.
Kind of role that you're looking at JP Morgan, which role are you applying to?
Yeah, so the role I'm looking for is a business analyst senior associate, and then I think it's under the commercial and investment bank. I think it's more related to operational team.
Okay, so the post that I have done on LinkedIn, are you interested in that role?
Yes, I am interested, but I didn't. I'm not quite sure. Like if I don't have uh, exactly payments experience, whether it will be all right for that.
Okay, then one thing I'll tell you that do not think that you can apply only for one role at
Okay.
JP Morgan. You can apply for multiple roles. There is absolutely no issue with that. How things work is that for every particular job requisition, there would be a hiring manager. And so hiring managers, they get the profiles independently. So I know a few people who have applied for 5 different, completely different roles at JP Morgan. So there's no issue with that. I have seen your resume because you have worked at uh, Bank of
Bank of China.
China, and JP Morgan itself is a bank. So what is your total number of years of experience, if I may ask?
In terms of full time experience, I have 2.5 years, almost 3 years.
Okay, so that is a bit low because we are looking for people little more than 5 or 6 years. Okay. Okay, so you have one uh, target role at JP Morgan, right? So tell me about that. I'll try to help you with it.
Okay, so I have studied the job description of that role. So there's a keyword that has been showing up quite a few times will be operational efficiency and making impact of every project. So in my understanding, I think it's a role that has to be cross-functional and collaboration, and also focusing on systematic initiatives like building a systems to make things run better. But I'm not like, can I send you the JD through LinkedIn, so you might get what I meant easier. Let me send it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, let me send
that
it
will be
to you
better.
here. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, I have sent the job description through the LinkedIn message, my LinkedIn chat. Yeah.
All right.
So, I actually have prepared some questions. Um, so in JP Morgan, do they have like a specific like criteria to estimate to define a win for a business analyst? Like especially, is it like focusing on hitting delivery deadlines or any other specific efficiency metrics that they have in their culture?
So see, it completely depends on the profile, that what profile you're looking for. So this is a business analysis uh, job category, right? So in this one, I mean, similar to what we are also looking for when we are hiring for our team. So the most important thing is how good you are at communicating, because as a business analyst you'll have to talk to a lot of stakeholders. And when you said about linguistic bridge, which shows that you have actually done it, you have actually talked to people. So when you interview for this, then definitely highlight that point, that I'm good at managing stakeholders, and I do not have any issue having multiple talking to multiple people at one go. I can do that. That is one thing. Second thing is the last point of your job responsibilities. It says participate in each stage of the project delivery, from requirements to deployment and implementation. This is something that is very important. And you talked about system migration. So if you have done it, then I'm sure that you would have already done this part. And you are aware of SDLC, right?
Yeah,
The
system development lifecycle.
Correct. So in your interview, focus on this. Sometimes in an interview, even if they are not asking something precisely, you should definitely try to put it out yourself, because that will earn you some brownie points. So you can talk about that life cycle and always explain it with an example of what you have done. So you can take up any project and you can tell them that in this project this was required and I did this. So generally speaking, it's say if you're working for a client, how things work is that the client gives you a requirement, and that requirement, as a business analyst, first thing that you have to do, you have to document it as a proper business requirement document. Once that is done, then you create the functional and technical documents. Then you give it to your stakeholder, which is your developers. You give it to them. Then the developers start developing. You provide your inputs, because as a business analyst you are the face from the business side, so you know what the business requirements are. So you talk to them, keep refining use this term refining, because this is a very business term. So you refine at JP Morgan, because we have agile methodology, so we use Jira stories. So here you can say these things, that you have worked in agile methodology, and you use to refine stories with the developers. Once that is done, again, because you're a business analyst, you should be aware about what are the scenarios wherein they should do testing. Even though they will have dedicated testing teams, it's still the responsibility of a BA to ensure that most of the scenarios have been covered. So you did that, and then you pushed the project to implementation. Again, they'll have an implementation team to do that. You don't have to do it, but you have to ensure that everything goes fine. And once it was implemented, then you ensure that everything ran smoothly in production. And if there were any hiccups or any defects, then you are always there to assist. If it's a functional defect, then a BA will have to pitch in and help. If it's a technical defect, then the developers will rectify it. You don't have to worry. But because you're a BA, you should know the functional end-to-end flow. So this covers your life cycle. It shows that right from gathering the requirements to getting it developed, getting it tested, getting it implemented in production, and providing the support once it has been implemented in production. So this way you can show that as a BA, you know from end to end how things have to work. So end to end flow is one thing, documenting is the second thing, and third thing is, which is the most important thing, excuse me, talking to your stakeholders. These are the three things that a BA should have
Okay.
based on your experience because you are very new. There nobody expects you to know deep functional things about payments or anything like that, so
Okay.
you don't have to worry with it. uh, the conversation that we have had in the last 25 minutes, I can tell you that I would definitely be interested in your profile as an interviewer because you are confident and quite good at communicating, and I know that you have 2 3 years of experience. So I definitely have you in my team and then uh, groom you a bit and then get you better. I mean, not precisely in my team because in our team we are looking for a little more experienced people, but then yes. So this will give you the edge. So keep in mind about those 3 points:
Okay.
stakeholder management, end-to-end requirement, and
Documentation and
and documentation.
delivery. Yeah.
These three things, if you're able to tell them, and yes, when you are telling them that you can do this, you'll have to provide some examples. So tie it with your experiences at Apple and Bank of China. Make some points. I'm sure you would have done some research. So you already know the STAR method and these things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
try to create stories in that format,
Okay.
and that's it. You are already confident and you are good at speaking, so you should not have any issues. And then when
Okay.
they hit you with some technical questions that you may not have an answer to, just in case,
Okay.
then tell them that this it's something that I have not exactly worked upon. But then I believe that because I am a keen learner and am very new and young, so I will be very happy to learn new things, and I don't think it will be difficult for me to master this. So
Okay.
that shows that you have that attitude to learn. And yeah, one more thing I forgot to tell you that at JP Morgan, whatever role you are interviewing, they will always ask you about AI. Excuse me. So they will tell you that we are using AI at our organization, so we expect people to have a bit of knowledge. And I know people because I also did my masters here, and in my masters I had a lot of people from China. All of them were old like me. That is a different thing. But then yeah, they are Chinese people also. They are very good at using AI. So whatever apps you have, like my friends, my classmates, most of them they were big fans of this application called Otter
Alter.
because because they had some issues with grabbing what people used to
Keywords.
talk about. So they
Ah.
always used to use this Otter. So I'm just giving an example.
Okay.
So if whatever tools you have used, if they ask in the interview, tell them it does not matter if it has served a business need or not. It only shows that how uh, you know uh,
Up to
you
date.
are up to date about the different AI tools. So do
Okay.
that because we use a lot of AI actually. You'll be impressed to see that JP Morgan they have taken a very different route when it comes to AI. They don't blindly use AI. They don't have Chat GPT. They have created their own AI, and that is not bad.
Okay. They have their own large language model too for like
Yes,
employees, right?
yes, they have their own LLM called LLM Suite. So we use it, and then they have different things as well. I mean, once you join, then you will get to see. So
Okay.
yeah, keep that AI part as well.
Okay, that's very important. Thank you for sharing that with me, Amit. And then, are there like competencies that they, apart from those three key key, like hard skills of a BA. Like in terms of soft skills, apart from like communication effectively, are there any other competency that I should be aware of as like a candidate?
Um, Not really,
Not
because
really.
it doesn't matter a lot.
Okay.
See, when you're good at communicating, then it always gives you a very good point when it comes to soft skills. And yes, what you can do is, I mean, even though it's not a soft skill, but you can talk about your achievements, uh, and at the same time, you can also talk about some challenges.
Okay.
People like when, you know, if you tell them that once this is the issue that I had faced, and this issue happened, and from there I learned this, and I
Okay.
ensured that I don't repeat that. So people like these kind of things, that
Reflection.
you, yeah, reflection, that you're aware of something that went wrong, but now that you have learned from it. So you can talk about your achievements and reflection. So that should help. Apart from that, I don't think anything else matters.
Okay. If I'm going to like develop a project over like for the interview, like what topic or what questions I do think I should be ready for, like in terms of topic and projects I can do for the interview.
It will completely depend on the role that
Role
you're
as
applying
well.
for.
Okay.
And so based on these pointers which you had sent me as part of job responsibilities, that is why I told you these three things. And I think that should give you a pretty good edge. And I don't think your interview will last for more than 30 minutes. Most likely, there would be two people, a panel of two who will interview. And
Okay.
for every round, it will be like that. And you should have, I think, a 3 round interview.
3 rounds.
So if you're able to get selected in your first round, then most likely you will get through. First round is always the most difficult round.
Okay.
Second round will be
Case
more about,
study.
depends, again it depends. In our team we are not doing case studies,
Okay.
but then yeah, in it will be a very different approach considering the different kind of roles or teams that they're looking at. But yes, situational questions, 100% they will ask you. They will, based on your experience, they might ask you something. Like you have done your masters, right?
Yeah, I've done my master's.
So let me ask you one question, because
Okay.
most likely you will be asked this interview in your interview. So first tell me any problem that you faced, any challenge that you faced while you're working at Bank of China, and how did you overcome it?
Okay. So there was one challenge that I was responsible for our systems as a business analyst in a delivery ceremony, and then people are reporting about their system health situation in the meeting one by one. And when it comes to our team, our engineers are actually absent that day, and we didn't do a proper handover before the meeting. And then, so in that point, I actually has no materials of the health issues of our system at that moment. So that's a big challenge during the ceremony because the absence of the engineering causing a lack of information. So after facing this challenge, I have a deep reflection on it, and then with a discussion of our team leaders, we discovered that there's a systematic communication problem between our team because we are doing this manually every week without like proper documentation and proper pipeline in reporting the up to date issues of the system. After discussing like figuring out the problem, we I started to give recommendation on different kind of solutions, like brainstorming different solutions in solving this problem. We have like short terms, like having an ambassador like focusing on the health system, but that wasn't like a long-term solution. And ended up we have structured a long-term solution, is that offering a observability dashboard for not only our team but the whole IT department. We then proposed it in the delivery ceremony and able to be agreed by all the other systems, and we launched the dashboard afterwards. So from these cases, I figured out a big challenge, not just inside our team but the whole department. So after like discussion with this different stakeholder in this organization, and we're able to launch a solution for the whole department in order to systematically removing the root cause of the problem. I think something like that.
See, this was fine.
Okay.
But you have to refine it a bit.
Okay.
It's not bad, but then yes. See, the thing is that you talked that the problem here was that developers were not there, because of which you went into a problem, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you did not tell me why developers were not there. So because you did not tell me, this does not constitute as something that you have actually faced. This is something that you might have just gotten from Google and you just made it up. This is such a common thing.
Okay.
So what you can do is you can try to put context. Unless you put context, because see, you know where it is written. It is not certified that you have done it. You can only try to convince people based on what you tell them. So if I just tweak this a bit and also try to, as I said, try to move into star method. You did it, but you kept flipping between S and A. So when you talked about you creating dashboards and all, so like say for example, I could say that at one time during just before the Christmas holidays, we had a project coming up. We did not want to take it up because we knew that a lot of people, they are going on leave. It's the holiday season of the year, but because the client, they had given us a lot of projects, so I agreed that okay, we will do it. Being a BA, I knew that I will be able to get it done because it's a very small change. So I took the project, I got it developed, and then we pushed it into production. We had very few developers available, maybe just one of them was there. And then when we put it, it created a lot of issues in production. So this is how you have created your situation.
Okay.
And then so now you have to say what you did. So now because it warmed in production, I needed to ensure that everything runs smoothly, but it did not have a lot of support. So what I did, I logged in myself and I called a few people, even though they were on their leaves. I asked them to log in remotely. I requested them. I tried to use my my rapport skills. So this part shows how good you are at interpersonal skills. So you will say that I used my rapport skills, and even though they were on leaves, I got them to log in. So they logged in. I opened two different channels. One channel was with my developers, trying to take an update as to what they are doing. And another channel I opened with my stakeholders, my clients, giving them a constant update that yes, we're looking at it because it was a big issue. And then eventually it took us 2 to 3 hours, but after that we were able to fix the issue, and the client was happy. But this is the learning that I got from this particular incident, that I should always plan better.
Okay.
So this way, I have given you a context. When I told you about holidays, then you understood why developers were not there.
Okay.
So you can provide a context. So maybe you can just refine it a bit, and it'll see. Of course, there will be a difference between how I speak and how you speak.
Yeah.
I have been in this industry a little longer, so yes, there will be a difference. But then yes, if you can just tweak these things a little bit more, then it will make you sound very mature, and people would definitely love to have you on their teams. So tell me one thing, coming back, the same situation that you talked about. Now you tell me that this happened before you did your masters, right?
Yeah, this happened before masters.
So now that you have done your masters, if you would have faced the same situation, what different approach you would have taken to curate this situation?
So, learning from these lessons, and I believe like a comprehensive planning, it's very important. Considering like a person has always got their own blind points, I believe like communication beforehand during the planning stage with different stakeholders or experience manager will be a very important step in order to make sure my planning is comprehensive enough to cover different kind of situation and avoiding missing missing some important parts of the system running to avoid mistakes
I'm
from
sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I will interrupt you,
No
but I
worries.
think you did not get my question.
Okay.
My question is that same situation
Oh.
that you have faced in the past, you're facing again, but now you have a master's degree, so you have learned something in your master's degree. So how you would have applied that knowledge here? So in this question, what I'm trying to assess is that the degree that you got in your masters, is it relevant to
Oh,
me
okay.
as as a hiring manager? So this is what I'm trying to understand.
Oh.
So now you got so these kind of situational questions you will face, and then see now because I'm like a friend, I'm helping you. So I stopped and told you this. But see, in an interview, nobody will do this, right? People
Yeah.
will just listen and they'll say, yeah, okay, fine. But now you understood, right, that what I'm looking at. So another thing that you should do is, based on your masters, try to tie up some points which will show that why your masters is relevant for this role. Even though it might not be necessary at all, because in the UK you would have understood that your degrees don't matter, only your skills matter. But even then, the interviewer, because I was also asked this question, so from my own experience, I am telling you this, that the interviewer might want to understand that is this person really confident about his decisions, or this or she has just randomly done a masters just to come to the UK and get that 2 years visa. So, but now if you're able to give them an answer which shows that what you learned in your masters, so you did your masters in which field, if I may ask?
Business analytics.
Business analytics itself. So maybe you have done your masters, you know better than me, but maybe you can say like that this in the same situation, if I face it again, now I am trained in analytics. Now I have a better analytical thought process, and these are the tools that I have learned or I have used in my thesis during my masters. So now I will be able to apply these tools and then get better, faster, and more efficient results.
Oh, okay.
So that is something that you can tell them. And when you tell that, I'm giving you 100% guarantee that they'll be very impressed. That yes, this person has done masters for some particular reason, and she is pretty confident about that.
I see. Tying up my master's takeaway into the situational problem and in this role, that's what you meant, right?
Yes,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
very eye-opening. Thank you for mentioning this one. This one is very helpful. Like it kind of let me reviewing my experience, including the masters, because I was always thinking about the Korea experience and neglecting the like lacking out of the master's experience. Yeah.
No, don't do that. I mean, if you have worked hard in your masters to get that degree, right? So
Yeah.
why not sell yourself on that?
Yeah,
Tell them
definitely.
that I'm different. You are interviewing 10 people. I'm the only one with a master's. So you should hire me. This is what you have to tell them, not directly, but through your stories and your points.
Okay.
I, I should respect you more because you have a master's degree as compared to others. So you should push that. I mean, even though skills matter most, but if you're able to do it, then it will get you an extra brownie point. I'll tell you about myself. When I was interviewing after my master's, I got a few offers. So one of the offers, the HR, he actually told me that because you have done a master's, we are giving you 3,000 pounds more.
More. Oh.
So he told it, just like that. So that shows that if you're able to, because I sold that thing. I did my MBA. So I sold my MBA, even though it was not relevant for that. That was a technical role. It was a role of a technical lead. So even for a tech lead, I told that I have done my MBA and all that. It was not necessary. Nobody asked me, but I told them. And see, it got me 3,000 extra pounds, even though I did not join that organization. That's a different story. But then it did matter, right? So sell your masters.
Okay, that's very important. Now I can tell why I should sell it. It's very important. It brings a huge difference from your story.
Yes, that's.
Is it busy recently in your team?
I'm sorry.
Is it like very busy recently inside your team?
It has started gotten busy because in December nobody works here, so it was pretty chill. And then January first 2 weeks, people still they are like coming back from holidays and everything. But after that, suddenly you are into February and everybody starts working like crazy. So right now I am also involved in 4 or 5 projects. So yeah, it's a bit busy. You can say that, but it's good. It's good to be busy, right? But it's not like how it is in South Asian countries like Japan, India, China. It's definitely not like that. You can wind
Yeah.
up at 6 p.m.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference, right? After working in both both
Yes,
environment in Asia and the UK.
yeah, absolutely. I've worked 10 years, almost 10 years in India, and then when I started working here, huge difference. Absolutely
Yeah.
huge difference.
Though it's busy, but still comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, this busy is fine. Where do you live? I mean, where are you based in the UK?
I currently lived in, Kent. There
Yeah,
is a
yeah, I know
town,
Kent.
Dartford, which is right next to London.
All right.
Yeah, but
Okay.
then if in case like this offer, like if I able to get the offer from JP Morgan, I definitely would move to Bournemouth for the job.
Yeah, Bournemouth is a nice place. I mean, yeah, we could definitely do that. And JP
Beachside,
Morgan is a
right?
big thing here. Yeah, literally beachside. I told you right. I have to go somewhere at 4 p.m. So I have to go to the beach. I'll finish my
Oh,
cooking and have my lunch
okay.
later. It's
Now
a sunny
you're
day
going to
today.
the beach.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
enjoy your like remaining schedule of the day.
yes,
Uh,
you
th-
too. And if you have any more questions, so you will not be able to apply to the role that we have an opening for. So because of the experience gap,
Experience, yeah.
that is why I had not actually. Whenever students ping me, I give them my number and I chat with them on WhatsApp. But I was not sure. I thought that maybe you will apply to our role. That is why it might have caused a conflict of
I
interest.
see.
That's why I'm not pinged you, but I'll ping you my WhatsApp number on
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Okay.
So if you have any queries, you just let me know there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amit.
Okay, thank you.
It
You have
was
a good day
it
and
was
good
such a
luck.
blessing to meet you here.
And
Thank you so
that's
much for your
okay.
time.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay. See ya. Enjoy. Bye bye.